Hello and welcome back. Oh, hang on, I forgot to mute that. What an idiot. There we go, that's better. Oh, right, Lynn was in. Lynn's had to go to work, bless her. So we'll just crack on and we'll archive this and put it up as a. That's it, everybody's back at work. Right then, Skull Island. Oh, Skull Cave, sorry. Skull Island, that's a King Kong film, isn't it? Right then, so what we're going to do today. All I'm going to do, start doing the dry bushing, and then add a bit of greenery, a bit of flock, and we might even get on to making some plants and foliage and things just to, in scale, just to add a bit to it. So, basically just dry bushing today. Not a lot to do. Things we'll be getting on with is I had a box delivered today, some more resin. I've done the let's see if I can get it. Done mould out of 2mm plexiglass or acrylic sheet, depending on where you live and what they call it. Sealed it with cork, and then we'll just leave that to go off for 24 hours. And then what I'll do is I'll do it as a video build. Oh, Scott's nipped in. Busy at work, so shh, don't make him jump because he'll ping something across the workshop floor. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll start tomorrow on doing the resin pours on the Spitfire coming out of the book, and you'll notice a change throughout the 7 to 10 days it's going to take to do the pouring. It'll be pours in a different t-shirt because it'll be the old time machine, but there'll be lots of that going on. So hopefully that will come out as nicely as Das Boot did. Hopefully, touch wood, fingers crossed. And then the next project will be, we've done water, I've done air then. So the next project will be space. And I think I've worked out how to make it look quite realistic-ish. And the subject for that will be an X-Wing. So we'll just have an X-Wing flying out of a Star Wars book. So all I've got to do now is find a Star Wars book. There's plenty online, probably, plenty around. But that's a few weeks down the road. But that's what's coming up planned. And Moby Dick as well. But that's going back to water. That's something I just want to do for myself, that one. That's not I just think it'd be a nice idea. So let's crack on and do some dry bushing. So, like I said before, dry bushing is a strange beast to get your head around it, but once you get your head around it, it just seems very counterintuitive where you're putting paint on a brush and then taking it off. And what you're doing is you're taking the moisture, and you're working the paint into the bristles, and then you're taking the moisture as well. So you're just leaving pigment. And we'll just start flicking it around. And it takes a bit of time. It takes 2 or 3 goes at it for it to start really showing. But that's what you want. You don't want to plaster it on. You don't want to do as Ted would say, slap it on. It's a technique that you build up of a successful layering. And that's where people go wrong. They'll tend to overload the brush too much and then think, well, this isn't working because nothing's happening. But you just got to be patient, and you'll be amazed at the results, the difference you'll get if you do it this way. And then vary your strokes as well. Don't all go the same way. As bits of white showing, but we're going to put flock and ground cover and all sorts of this as well, so most of it will get covered up. You're not going to see it, but the bits you can see are going to be bare rock, so we want it to look bare rock. And the skull will do in beige colours. I might do sponge work on that. I'm not decided yet. I might sponge that and see if we can get an effect on it to make it stand out a bit more. I'm just slapping it on really, just nice and lightly. But this really is a slapping on technique where you're just slapping the brush across really. There's hardly any paint. So technically it's a TED technique, it's a slap it on, but slap it on time little bits. And then rotate it round. I still didn't get any kitchen roll, I went into town today as well. On the to get list. And I did my normal and forget to get. Right, now it's time to show. Now it's working. So it's just that second or third layer. You'll start to really see it then. And the great technique, the thing about this is using acrylics and household paints, it dries very quickly because you've already taken most of the moisture out. Now, a lot of people, and it's a good thing to use, is instead of using toilet paper or kitchen roll, cardboard from a cardboard box works very well for soaking up moisture. You'd be surprised at how well. I swear a cardboard is good for dry brushing. I'm just working, and it's going to take a bit of time because it's quite a lump. We're working on quite a big thing, really. And you know you're doing it right. And after about 15 minutes of this, your arm starts to ache. Yeah, I'm doing it right. Get in them cut in them little, all the raised areas. That's what you're doing. And then painting it black first, it's automatically going to give us the shadows that we need. I think my toilet roll is not very absorbent. It's a bit too thin. But that's my own fault for not remembering. But to be fair, she sent me into Wilkinson's to get stuff as well. I was thinking I can't, you can't forget to get the stuff that she said get, as long as you're in the doghouse, and I'm already in the doghouse. Actually, I seem to spend my life in the doghouse. It's a married man thing. We know. Slap it on. Oh, Paul's in. Hello, Paul. Yeah, it's a bit of dry brushing technique, Paul, that's all. Paint on, get most of it off, and slap it on. What we'll do is put 2 or 3 colours on this as well. Get a bit of interest. So just probably grey stonework. I might put some browns in it actually. half term. There's screaming teenagers outside. Some more of that. Yeah, Paul, I'm trying to imitate the image off the thumbnail. I quite liked it. I thought, oh, I like that. Give it make it look a bit like that. Obviously, I'm not going to do a river running down the side of it and some stuff held about, and hop it in a boat or something. But at the end of the day, it's just a gaming piece. It's D&D. The entrance to a dungeon in the middle of nowhere. Fossilized giant skull. That's the beauty of D&D. You can make up so much stuff. The storyline is great. The thing is, now the people I play with expect terrain pieces and visual things. I don't mind. I don't mind. It gets my creativity flowing. Blimey, I'm not going to do this sort of thing. You know, I quite like that. Quite like the challenge of how I'm going to represent this in a believable sort of way. I quite like it. The joys of being a DM. That's enough of the grey, the dark grey. I'll put that on one side. Get a bit of brown on it. Not a lot, just in places. Just to perhaps the skull we can do in this darker grey to start darker browny colour to start with. Slappy, slappy, slappy. That's not going anywhere. That's cool. That's well in there. The amount of wall filler that's around that. it took 3 days for it all to dry. Bit boring watching me do that. Oh, hello, Sarah Jane. Nice to see you, Chuck. It's getting there, Scott. It's getting there. It's just the thing with dry brush, isn't it? It's like you build it up and then all of a sudden things start to pop. You think, yep. But then you've got the danger of going too far. That's the only issue I find with dry brushing, is it? It's very easy to go too far. I'm terrible for that. Oh no, I went too far. Never mind. Stick a wash in it, darken it down again. Which is always a good cop out. donkey, I'll do. A bit more on this side. A bit brown even there. Accentuate the features a little bit. Snap it on. Well, I'll just destroy my dry as well on here. There's a bit of a rush today because it's half term at the moment here, so I had to take Tommy into town with the other lads' day out. And then of course we had to go to Taco Bell for lunch. It does look like a very good. I see what you did there, Sarah Jane. I see what you did there. That's bare bones with there, man. Yep. It's just a bit of scenery for tabletop gaming. The entrance to a dungeon. But when you work out the cost, I'm in the school with £1. You can't go wrong, can you? Some plaster of Paris and a pound tub of wool fillet. £1 pots of paint for tester pots. So probably altogether about £4 for materials. You know, can't go wrong, can you? Can't go. I'll just have a swig of tea in a proper cup. Is Dad about? It's a proper cup of tea, look, in a proper mug. Oh, that's nice. Oh dear. It's a bit more brown, I think. Oh, brown there. That's better. That's better. Now it's starting to. Now it's starting to pop. Brown over there. Balance it out, otherwise it look a bit odd. Right then. Oh, new pot. Let's give it a shake. Oh, should we try and sponge it? I don't know. No, this is working quite well. Lighten it up on the top and this side, and then we'll leave the other side as is. Put that side in the shadows. Bonus point if somebody in chat can write down who's saying it. In the shadows. I'll be surprised if anybody gets it. Now Scott, you're doing it again. Have to do something very, very fiddly and use the high pressure hammer so no sudden noises. Scott. That's what I mean. That's like saying to me, Dave, there's a big red button over there, don't press it. says end of the world. Don't press it. I'd press it. Scott, what are you doing? You don't mind me later in the hangout. All right, that's starting to come on now, Mr. Skull. I was thinking to myself, how am I going to represent a fossilized giant skull? I think that'll do. I think that'll do for a fossilized skull. What do you reckon? Do you, a little bit more? Should I go a bit more? Or do you think that's about enough? Comments in the chat would be greatly appreciated. Anybody? Anybody say no? Should I do some more? On the skull, not obviously not on the rocks. The rocks doesn't steal anymore. Anybody? Sarah Jane, do you think that's about enough, or a bit more brownie on the skull? Do you reckon? I don't know. What about 1,000? No, I thought I'd 1,000 then. Let's do a bit more pile of bits on the rocks anyway. Just in places, and then we'll do some lighter grey. And we'll get on with doing a bit of flocking. We may even get on to doing some plants, making some small shrubs. We want a shrubbery. So come on, anybody in the shadows? Needs more purple. I haven't got any purple. I have, but only expensive modelling paint. I'm not using expensive modelling paint on something this big. Anybody in the shadows? Anybody? Anybody guess who sang that? No, the Rasmus. I guess you call them indie punk, really. And Rasmus in the Shadows. Quite a good song. It's not a bad little song, really, not a bad ditty. A bit more on the top there. And get in there a little bit. His cheekbone. Cheeky chappy. Boom. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that now. It was just that last little bit. Yep, that's enough. Don't do any more. Stop now. Stop now. Bit of paler grey on the rocks. Highlight some of it up a little bit more. Doo-doo-doo. Just in areas. This one down there. A bit dark down there. in there later on with some black. Just notice that big old lump of white down inside there. I'll have to get in there with some black later on. Well, we'll just do it now. Let's just do it now. Otherwise I forget, and then when I finally come to use it. It is the skull entrance for D&D Dungeon, mate. Got some spare racing decals. Sarah Jane, I don't think it'll look good with Formula 1 decals on it. Go faster stripes and things. Let's just get in there with that. There we go. I'm never going to get all of that, am I? But that'll do. It'll do. Right then. Give them, put them out of the way, back on the shelf. Give it there. Oh no, got all my fingers now. But luckily, help is at hand. Always have baby wipes under my bench. I am the world's messiest model maker. I'm probably the messiest anything. No, I won't be able to have everyone in front of it, Paul, unfortunately. It would be nice if I could make it big enough. The thing is, though, with tabletop gaming, with D&D, and most 99% of it is theatre of the mind. But obviously, with Thomas being the way he is with his autism and ADHD, he finds it very hard. So the main piece is is actually a physical thing. Then he can see it, you know. Otherwise, he's struggled to keep up with everybody else, because there's a group of us that play now. We've got a very fortunate next door neighbours. They're the same with us. They have a multitude of children, and we like the same things. We like D&D. We like World of Warcraft. I'm painting all these zombie sides for him, and it's our bubble. When we needed a new fence between the two gardens, and when we built that, we bought trampolines. We put a gate in between the two, and the children just, I don't know, when the weather's nice, the weekends and that, they're just constantly just playing with each other, play around, you know. So it's nice, and we have barbecues together, and it's lovely, really nice. So, and then Sundays, when I'm on my days off on a Sunday, occasional days on Sunday, we have D&D sessions. One week it's at his next, and then the next week it's here. And he DMs one group and I DM the other group, and it's good fun. It's good fun. Good. It's hard to explain. If you've never played D&D, it's hard to explain. We think, oh, you punch around wax. It's not. It's actually, you've got to start thinking. And Dave's got some bed on his bed. And oh, cup of tea. Oh, right, anyway. Let's get some greenery down on it. A bit of flock. We're not going to have at the top. Just in areas, but I need something for it to. That'll do. The bag that the sheets came in, the acrylic sheets came in. We'll stick it on there. I really should have put these dryers away, really, shouldn't I? I'm an idiot. Don't be like Dave. Dave's an idiot. We want some of that. You know, baby hair wool glue. So I'll put it in. Make your paint palette will do. Squeeze some of that in there. On the shelf. Right, we need a scuzzy old manky bush. Hey, scuzzy old manky bush. in the Scuzzy old Manky bush pot. Literally, I'm going to start dabbing some PVA on in areas, the flatter parts. Not there's many flatter parts on here. Let's make it look like it's in some sort of tropical jungly area somewhere. Slapping on the PVA. Looking at the image on the thumbnail, it's quite a lot of green around the front end of it as well, so we'll stick some around that. Hopefully by the end of it it'll look something like the thumbnail that we put up. I've not got a clue, I haven't got a clue where that is from. It's just an image online, so if anybody knows, let me know. Slapping on the PVA. Can't copyright stuff for that, can I? It's not a song. Malika probably will. Right, Marlock, somebody will say that. My lyrics from a song I wrote 27 years ago. It reached number 197 in the charts. I was in a punk band at school. We went to Manchester. And I should have been doing a GCSE exam and did a record. We sold a whole 14 copies. It was amazing. We gave over 200 away to record radio stations. Nobody played it. But never mind. We was rubbish, really. We were pure punk band. Back in them days, punk was punk. You didn't have to play very well, just to make a lot of noise and swear. Right then, so let's put that in there. Here's some I prepared earlier. Give him a shake. I'm literally just going to sprinkle bits on, we're not going to go mad with it. This is a pale one, we'll get the dark one out in a minute. Put some of that on as well. Give me a bit of a sprinkle. So we're not going to go mad with it. We still want it to look like it's quite rocky. Alright, so get a darker one, put a bit of contrast to it. Put some in that. Like all bits of leaflets with all sorts on it. A bit of colour variation in areas. That'll do. Now what we'll do, if I can reach there. Right. Now what I've got to do is leave that to dry, basically. And then add a little bit of foliage to it. So there. I think that's not too bad. That's a representation of the thumbnail. So we'll just put some, we'll just make some plants to go around it. Very, very simple to do. You've seen me done it before. I need some wire. And as if by magic, some wire appears. Tell you what, let's get rid of. Let's get rid of this because it's going to start upsetting the white balance. Get that down there. Right, so what we're going to make ferns and things with. I'm going to do it with black ones. Let's get comfy. Let's put my feet up. Oh, sit like a little Buddha. What's happening in chat? It's not green coffee, Andy. It's proper flock, mate. It's Knock. It's proper flock. It's Knock. Another German company. Why do I seem to buy things from Germany? I seem to buy a lot of German things lately. Don't know why. Even my resins come from Germany. Oh, where's my skizzers? There we go. Right. Let's trim that up. Do that. Come off. We don't want that bit. Right, want that. We want a pair of cheapy snips. Right, so what we want to do, we want about that much. And then what you do is you get some masking tape about that long. And put the wire in about halfway. And then what you do is you fold it over. Like that. And then what you do is, look at that. Then what you do is you basically cut out your leafy shape. A semicircle on that side. A semicircle on that side. And then all you do, oh, it's a wire falling now, is you snip all the way up to the wire. Same on this side. At an angle, just snip it all the way down the wire. Bend it slightly and ruffle it. And there you are. Perfectly good Fernal palm leaves. And you just do that, rinse and repeat, about 8 or 9 times. Join them together. And then I tend to use my airbrush and spray them green. You can paint them with a brush, but it's not as nice. It's a better effect when you use an airbrush on these for some bizarre reason. Makes it a bit nicer. So yeah, cut them to wire. Bit of masking tape. So simple to do these type. Like that. Fold it over. I spent days and days making these things once for that. Velociraptor diorama I did. It drove me nuts making palm leaves. I made about 150 of these things. For 4 palm trees. And then literally down at the angle, straight to the wire. And there you have it. You just gotta make a load of them later on. And that's that. So, there we go. Skull cave. Oh, what's happening in the chat? Scott's doing his mini art to round 4. Mini art. Scott likes his mini art kits. Tracks, tracks, and tracks, and tracks. It would drive me up the wall. I don't know how Scott does it. I really don't know. Oh, unbelievable, Scott. You're mad. You're mad. I wouldn't have the patience like Scott has to sit there and make individual track links when each individual link's got like 4 parts and you have to use a little jig to hold it all together. Drive up the wall. It would drive me up the wall. I don't know how you do it, mate. Party your elbow for that one, mate. If you want to see weathering, and that's how you dry brush. If you want to see weathering, Scott's your man. Scott is the man. The junk works. I want to check out Scott's channel. If you haven't subscribed, unsubscribe. Amazing. He's a genius. I don't know. Honestly, blows me out of the water. Right, so should we have a look at model making chat? Model making times? Ish. There's stuff going on. The important one is don't forget tomorrow night. Really, please go on Show Your Support over ISM's page. It's the charity auction for Models for Heroes. They do it every year. They do a fantastic job, and it's a wonderful charity. And they have some fantastic, really good lots this year, including the big ship. And just stick your thumb up, Dave. Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, so anyway, there's the usual stuff on. What day are we? Thursday, so it's Chris is on tonight, isn't he? Thursday evening. Fox on Friday. He's falling out. Things fall out of Fox on a Friday. And then Nat's on at 8 o'clock, I think, with an extra crafting thingy, jobby. Check out Fester's workshop as well. I'm not sure what Colin and Dave are doing this week. So nip across there, Fester's workshop, and have a look, see what Colin and Dave are doing. I know they're doing that some Hearst thing, isn't it? I don't know. It's one of them monogram weird kits. They're like, what? Like something out of the wacky races. Yeah, so anyway, then we got Saturday. Saturday is Fox at 3. The Crash with James and Carl and Lewis and Chris at 8ish, 8 o'clock. If I'm missing people out, I'm sorry. Sunday, Friday night as well. Don't forget Friday, the Model 3 Heroes thing. Sunday, Model 3 Heroes on the morning, and then James is on after that with the Model Officers Mess, and then it's Colin and Dave at 12:30. Fox at 3. Dad's on at 6:15 with the in between show is your showy show thing, and then it's Chris at 8. Lewis is doing his Lancaster build in the weekend sometime as well. Girls' night tomorrow night. It is girls' night tomorrow night, Sarah Jane. But it's not on. Natalie's not on tomorrow night because of the Models 3 Hero auction. She's not doing one. She don't want to clash with that. So you might have to go out and have a Saturday night out, girls' night with Prosecco and that somewhere. Where were we at? Monday is E-Models at 9. Tuesday is the Film Prime show with Dad and myself, backing him up, helping him out until Tony's finished having his house ripped to bits and put back together again. Bless him. And that's it, really. But don't forget, please to be in before one. The Model 3 Heroes auction tomorrow night. You'd be silly to miss it. You really will be. There's going to be some cracking stuff on there. And that's about it, really. Not a lot I can do now. I think I did that too quick, didn't I? But never mind. I think that's not a bad representation of the thumbnail. And we'll whack that on the table where we're D&Ding, and everybody will think, oh, there's the entrance to the dungeon. Happy days. What do we go for? The auction. Oh, your friend's painting the town bed. Cool. Me and the friends are painting the town bed. Get the Prosecco going, girl, and a bit of gin. You'll be fine. Happy days. Have a nice night out, Sarah Jane. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, keep safe and enjoy yourself, love. Right then. So, I'm going to scoot off. I might play World of Warcraft for a little bit. I don't know. Well, that's drying, and then I can get on and do some little bushes on that for it. Yeah, Andy, you can't paint this town red, Mike, where I live now. Portsmouth is already red. Well, not now because of the old World's on Fire thing. But if you want a lively place in the night time, Portsmouth's your place, mate, I tell you. Phew, even makes my ear cool. I ain't got any. Anyway, all that can do now is say thanks for watching. Thanks for nipping in. Have a very pleasant day. And don't forget, there was a very, very nasty bug going around. So wash your hands and keep the change, you filthy animals. And I'll see you on Tuesday when I'm with Phil and Dad. Like, have fun. How do you turn this thing off? I remember to turn it off one day. There it is. Right. Thanks, guys.